Hey there, Magic One, Bronya here. Welcome to your 2023 yearly tarot reading. In this reading, I'll be looking at your guiding energy for the year, and we will also look at energies for each of the 12 months of the year, so you can get an idea as to the possibilities, the potentials and predictions that you might be working with throughout 2023. Extended versions of these readings are available. So in those readings, I go deeper with specific spreads for work, career, business, money, finance, investments, and of course, love and relationships. So the link is down below for that. If you are intrigued about your personal circumstances for 2023, you can book a year ahead reading with me. Now that is a long and deep reading that will take you over your personal circumstances specific to you and the planned and maybe unexpected changes that you may navigate throughout the year. So in that reading, we look at all of the energies for the 12 months, and we dive deep into the specific life areas as well. So the link down below will take you to a page where you can find out all the details about that. I will let you know that the places are very limited for those. They take me a long time to produce. I can only fit in a certain amount of those. So if you want to get one of those, please do jump in. Well, that's it from me. I am just wishing you an incredible year ahead. I hope it's full of a lot of, happiness and prosperity for you. And of course, I am also wishing you so much love and magic. Let's head across to your reading now. Gemini, these are your cards for 2023. What we have here, Gemini, is a tarot wheel from January through to December. We have 2 cards for each month, and I'll be reading those as a pair to give you an indication of the energies available for you to work with across those months. Now, before we kick off here, Gemini, I am going to pull you a major arcana energy here. I've got just the major arcana cards, and this will be your big theme, your big life lesson for 2023. So let's see what comes out for you, Gemini. We have got Temperance. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so Temperance really is about conditions really coming into balance for you. This feels like a year where there is some sense of recalibration, maybe even rebirth for you. Temperance is associated with divine protection, divine guidance. So you may be guided to a new path, to new opportunities in 2023. It's Sagittarian energy for me. So there might be a Sagittarius that becomes important in your life this year as well. Ultimately, it is a card of healing. It is a card of balance. So it feels like an area in your life, and it may even be within yourself, Gemini, that this is the year where you get your balance back mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And when we're in that place, we become very magnetic for those new opportunities, for new people to enter our lives and to move into a greater sense of alignment. Now, Gemini, I'm also going to draw you a keyword from this little deck here to see what your key word for the year is. And I have got, well, actually, it's fallen out. I was going to choose, but I have got sincerity. Okay, so in everything you do, it's going to be important for you to meet that with sincerity, okay, with an open heart, with honesty, with integrity, and all of that authenticity. That may be a theme for you to work with. And the Temperance energy has a lot about that purity as well. So speaking from the heart, speaking your truth, even the things that you may not be speaking might be important to actually communicate those. Okay, Gemini, well, let's jump into your energies. I am going to start here with your January, and in your January here, I have got the Knight of Pentacles with the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so it feels that you start this year, Gemini, thinking about themes of work, career, and finance. Okay, now it seems to me that you might be planning to make some changes in this area this year, and it might be when once January hits, you're like, okay, I'm ready, I'm gonna set the wheels in motion, here I go. Because the Knight of Pentacles is often associated with being methodical and taking a practical approach to actually laying the foundation for change or for growth. So you might have a goal to grow your position of abundance, to change your career, maybe to learn a new skill or something like that. And January is the right time for you to begin putting those plans in place so that you're ready to make the move when that time feels right for you. So make sure that you really get all the details. Do your research. The Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy for me. There might be a Virgo that is helping you. You might get some advice from a Virgo, but the Virgo energy, as I mentioned before, is all about making sure that you are dotting those I's and crossing those T's. So whatever options you're looking at, just make sure that you do go deep and you really do the preparation, and that will ensure that you make a good decision for you. So January, I feel that you are looking and seeking and planning around work, career, finance, potentially to better your position this year in that area. Okay, and interestingly, in February, Gemini, I've got the Three of Pentacles with the major arcana, the Magician here. So this is time for you to actually take action on that plan in February. And it is a really good time for recruitment and making new decisions, taking those actions, because generally around the January time in most countries and cultures, there is a bit of a closure, there are holidays and that kind of thing, but things come back online in February. So it's saying here that February is the action month for you in terms of, again, those pentacles, that plan, okay, going from the 1 to the 3. It's time to take action and create. This might see you reaching out to your network. You might be joining a new workplace, a new team, a new group in February. Ultimately, the Three of Pentacles for me is the earthly realization of your plans, of the Empress energy. She's number 3 in the major arcana. So something begins to shape up for you in February. And sometimes the Three of Pentacles, Gemini, it can also be associated with building and architecture. So if you're wanting to buy property, rent property, move or relocate, this may be an indication of that as well. Now, the Magician is really an awakening, Gemini, to remember you have everything you need. And remember that Temperance energy is saying that things are coming into balance and stars are aligning. You have everything you need to be the alchemist of your reality, but you will need to take action, okay? The energy is here, but of course, without that action, we don't get those results. I'm a big believer in working with the universal energies in that way. Now, Gemini, once we get to March, we have another major arcana for you, the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. Now, Queen of Swords is generally a Libra energy for me, okay? And she, again, is associated with truth and clarity and transparency. And so is the High Priestess. So there could be some information that comes through in March. You may also be signing some kind of contract here or go through some kind of legal matter or seek some counsel here in March. And it could be something to do with that employment theme that we're seeing coming through, or finance or home agreement. The Queen of Swords is an energy of transformation. It links to the Justice energy for me. So it's about things coming back into balance through those actions that you have taken, that you have felt intuitively, is what you need to do this year in 2023. Now, the High Priestess can also be a revealer of truth and secrets in the right timing, okay? So that's what I'm feeling here in your March. Now, it feels like there could be a contract or something new like that. Make sure again that you are really feeling into this, as well as using the intellectual energy of the Queen of Swords. The letters B and J might be meaningful in terms of people's initials, street names, company names, and all of that sort of thing for you in March. So it feels like you're heading in a new direction, or you're getting the clarity on where you want to head, or maybe even signing that contract in March. Okay, April, okay, end of the first third of the year. Eight of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Hey, isn't this interesting after what we've just talked about? This is you moving towards some kind of victory here. The Ace of Swords is associated with a new beginning. And the Eight of Cups, of course, is, you know, you moving towards that. And as a result of that, you may also be leaving something behind. You might be, you know, changing location, changing work, maybe love and relationships, although I see that becoming a theme a little bit further into the year. I'll have to be honest, for those of you that are watching for that. The Eight of Cups here is you awakening to areas of your life where you haven't been able to achieve that Nine of Cups fulfillment. But hey, that's coming, because spoiler alert, that's in your reading. So you're getting clear on where are my needs not being met, and it might have been in previous work career situations. It might be a foreshadowing of you, you know, really reevaluating in terms of relationships. But I feel that you are getting ready to make moves, and one of those moves here is, you know, this Ace of Swords energy. So, you know, if you have just signed a contract in March, I see you beginning that in April. It feels victorious for you. And again, the Ace of Swords, and let's not forget that Queen of Swords, is associated with transparency, truth, and clarity. So I'm coming back to that sincerity. Just ensure that any communications that you have are really done, you know, honestly. You ask for exactly, you know, what you're seeking. Put your cards on the table, literally, like I'm doing here, and just make sure that all of that is out in the open. It's much easier to do it at the start, especially if you are negotiating, than to come back and do it in the end. So, or along the way. So April, we have you reevaluating what, you know, is really meaningful and fulfilling for you, and really entering into a new chapter, a new phase. And, you know, this could be, you know, when you actually start that role, and, you know, that you claim that victory. Okay, we have in your May, I've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So I have a Cancer energy and I have a Taurus energy here. Now, the King of Pentacles is known as the, you know, the top of the money suit, or the Pentacles suit here as well. So it could be that by May you are experiencing some fruits of your labors. Okay, you started out with this planning, you've been making some moves, you've had new energy come in, and it could be that by May you're actually feeling quite abundant, or you have an increase in your money. Some of you may even, this might have been a journey for you to actually move into a leadership position within your workplace as well, you know, to go a step up the ladder. Sometimes this combination for me would be somebody who is in a sort of a boss position, and they are being the nurturer, maybe a team leader. The Queen of Cups is associated with that, because you are showing up here, Gemini, as being not only somebody who is grounded and practical and committed and trustworthy with the King of Pentacles, but somebody who is operating from intuition, heart, who's emotionally intelligent and emotionally stable, even when those waters get high. That together for me is very much the Temperance energy, okay, in ultimate balance. And because of that, it feels like you are kicking some goals here in May. So that's what I'm feeling here. It's a month to really be focused, and it feels like you might be getting some positive results. Alternatively, the King of Pentacles, again, can actually be around real estate and home, or, you know, some kind of goal to do with increasing your abundance, or stepping into, may I say it, a little bit of luxury. So you might be getting a bank loan to be able to achieve a goal or something like that in your May. Let's jump on to June. Okay, June, I have got the Ten of Wands and the Four of Swords. Okay, it feels like there is a big sigh of relief for you in June. The Ten of Wands is often, the release or the ending of a work phase or a stressful situation. And it could have been what you've been going through here with the change, maybe work, career, money, working really hard. And it feels like June is the time for you to take a pause and process to get ready for your next half of the year. So with the Ten of Wands, you might be feeling a little bit burnt out, and that is why you are potentially needing some rest and recovery. Remember the Temperance energy, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional well-being. So just make sure that you are looking after your 4 pillars of health and really tuning into each one of those. So I feel like this is the time that you might either end a big work phase, you might finish or complete a project or something like that. You might even be trying to make some decisions about what you need to release in order to increase your energy, your health, or to set yourself in a new direction. Also see the Three of Swords up here in this card, and there could be some kind of disappointment here or something that has stressed you out. And the advice is in June for you to actually take a pause and take some moments for yourself, and that's when you will get the clarity, that's when you'll get the insight, or when you'll figure out how to communicate where you're at with the situation or a strategy in order to make it a little bit less intense for you. Okay, so July, look at this, Gemini. It is all about partnerships, relationships, and love. Yes, I have got the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. So single Geminis, there is a high possibility that you will enter into a relationship or meet somebody in July. Sometimes it happens, like that. Other times we need to be looking for it and reaching out. So if you are seeking love, around the middle of the year is a great time for you to actually work with that energy. Now, for those of you that are in a relationship, this can be things going to another level. This can be a new level of beginning, maybe engagement, maybe conception for some of you. It's things really going well here and really feeling like they're transforming beyond where they are. Now, the Ace of Cups is associated with really feeling fulfilled on all levels here. And, it's embarking on a new beginning and a new journey, but as a partnership in a relationship. Now, of course, relationships are not limited to romantic. For those of you that are not looking for love, this could be a beautiful new friendship, or even, colleagueship, entering into a partnership of some kind of form that's going to bring you a lot of satisfaction. But for most of you, this is love looking super good in your July. Now, in your August, we have got the King of Swords and we have the Death card from the Major Arcana, Aquarian energy and Scorpio energy. So there could be an ending that involves an Aquarius or maybe other fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra. The King of Swords, outside of being a person in your environment, is this real reminder here to zoom out, Gemini, and take a look at the big picture of your life. You could be doing some mid-year reevaluating here of where you feel you might need to release or let go, or where a situation in your life might have had its season, might have had its chapter. Now, for those of you that might have met somebody in your July, if you were in an existing relationship that had sort of, been dying off for a while, this could be you ending that relationship for somebody else, and it does happen. That energy is here, so I'm calling it out. For others of you, you might be just going through a reevaluation of how do I want to transform my life? What do I want to do, this year and beyond? Where do I see myself in 1 year, 5 year, 10 years? And as the King of Swords, you would be starting to see the chess moves that you might need to take in order to get there. It's a real energy of assessing the hindsight, where you've been, and connecting those dots and really seeing, well, if we keep the same formula, then we'll get a similar picture in the future. But if we want transformation, then we need to make changes and we need to do things differently. And often that means releasing. It could be people from our lives, it could be activities, it could be, patterns of behavior that are not healthy for us. It could even be a work situation or a client or something like that. This is about you releasing what is no longer serving you, what is no longer giving you growth, so that sun energy can rise and bring new light and new opportunities into your life. And you're really asked in August here, Gemini, to surrender to that process, okay? This energy feels quite inevitable, so we just really have to be the bigger person, right? The King of Swords, and get innovative in terms of transformation. So some endings and reevaluation in your August. September, King of Cups. That's the Scorpio energy again, just saying, and the Seven of Pentacles here. So for some of you, you are reevaluating a situation around a Scorpio, okay? And that could be somebody that you're in some sort of partnership or relationship with. I sort of see this weighing up energy here. And the Seven of Pentacles is about, reevaluating, wondering, whether you should keep investing in this direction or not. So that's what I see there. Sometimes with the Seven of Pentacles, I have to say, there can be thoughts of not being entirely happy with, what you're getting in return in terms of, I don't know, maybe recognition, maybe financial reward, maybe, emotional availability, although it is more of the Pentacles energy. And because of that, you're again being asked to make changes. Now, the King of Cups is the height of the emotional suit, the cup. So this is about you taking a very emotionally mature and intelligent approach, meaning sometimes we need to, release even when we might not want to, even when there's a part of us that finds comfort in that. So reevaluating here in September, maybe reevaluating about worth, about value in different areas of your life, and where it's delivering and where it's not. Okay, in your October, I've got the Three of Cups and the Four of Cups. Interesting. So this is about getting your joy back, okay? The Four of Cups can indicate that there's an area of your life here in October that you're feeling dissatisfied with. So we're kind of taking that theme on another level. And with the Four of Cups, we can slip into, apathy or complacency or boredom or things like that. So this is a real, again, about you not forgetting your dreams and really beginning to, plant the seeds of the new. The Three of Cups is all about happiness and joy and celebration. So again, this is a month to do things that you love, to change your energy. For some of you, you are going to begin seeing some results of what you have worked for that's going to take you out of this energy. So I can see that it's a year of change and planting the seeds of the new. And maybe there's been a bit of a pause of, really getting the results back. And that's why in the last couple of months, there was this kind of reevaluation energy, not feeling quite sure. But when it gets to October, we start to see the growth. We start receiving, and that's going to take you out of this feeling of, I'm waiting and nothing's happening and I'm just wondering whether I should just check out. November, Nine of Cups and the Two of Swords. So you're at some kind of crossroads, Gemini, in your November. The Two of Swords is weighing up your options. And again, it's really the emotional fulfillment and happiness that you're wanting. Now, remember back in April, you had the Eight of Cups. And that was you evaluating, moving, how do I find that ninth cup? How do I fulfill a long-term hope, dream, and wish? And by November, you are making some big decisions around that energy. You want to be in happiness. You want to be in fulfillment. No more of that, you know, that Four of Cups here. So I see you really at the crossroads, really evaluating what direction, you know, do I go in? And with the Two of Swords, Gemini, you're really asked to use your fact and logic, okay? Make a pro and cons list. Really think about the details here. Remember, the energy that you've had in this situation generally will be what you continue to get unless everybody is doing the work of transformation. So if you're okay with that, then fine, you can keep it how it is. But if you're wanting change, then we need to do things differently. You're also asked to use your intuition, the moon energy. What are you feeling as well as what are you thinking? Okay, and just make sure again that you're not turning a blind eye to anything or buying into any fantasy or illusions, and really come at the situation with sincerity, with an open heart, and just, you know, communicating that to all parties involved, that you're making decisions based on the fact that you really want to achieve, you know, this level of happiness here. So that is November, and then your last month here. My goodness, Gemini, this is huge. This is a massive finale with the Tower and the Devil. So what I'm seeing here is that after that reevaluation in November, you really may shine the spotlight on an area of your life that has been a bit of a fantasy or illusion that you might have been playing into. There might be, you know, the realization that a relationship is codependent, that maybe a work situation is holding you back. Maybe you become aware that there is somebody in your environment that's, you know, playing to their own agenda or in a not positive way for you. So the Devil can be all of those things. Sometimes it can be a debt situation or addiction, or where we might be holding ourselves back and feeling helpless. Now, the solution, it seems, is that there is a tower in December that needs to be dismantled. And the towers normally are those big areas of our lives, our relationship, our job, our belief system, you know, the home we live in, the location. There is something in one of those life areas that if you're really honest with yourself, in the foundation, it's not steady, it's not in alignment, it's not feeling good for you. And that sort of makes sense with what I'm seeing in this reading here, Gemini, where there's a little bit of a feeling of, I'm evaluating, I'm trying to find my happiness, you know, but it seems like there might be something that you haven't been looking at. And it's this combination here, maybe in the place that you didn't want to look. You know, maybe it's that Devil that is closer to us than we know. So the Tower is a huge card of change and alignment. It can be quite sudden, and it really is an act of grace from the universe, because it's about removing something from your life that is occupying the space that you could put something, you know, beautiful and magical and in alignment for you with. So I just see, you know, with the Tower, it usually indicates sudden change, final endings, and we really are encouraged to allow that tower to fall. If we try and rebuild and patch it up, then generally we arrive back at the falling tower again, because that foundation hasn't been fixed. So I really do see major change for you in December, and releasing maybe a pattern of toxicity, a person or workplace of toxicity that month. Okay, Gemini, I will draw you one Divine Abundance card to close out this reading. Let's see, what is your biggest oracle theme for 2023? I have got allowing, yes. Radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment. So what's needed can come next. It's a bit of an energy of surrender and acceptance so that, you know, you can really move into divine alignment, even if that means, Gemini, bringing down towers. So that's what I have for you for your 2023 tarot reading here, Gemini. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to head to the extended version of the reading, you can find that down below, where we will look at the individual spreads for money, work, career, finance, and love. If you would like to get your very own personalized year ahead reading, you can also find the link down below that will take you to a page with all of those details. I am just wishing you a beautiful year ahead, and don't forget to check back onto this reading throughout the year and you can see how that is playing out for you, Gemini. Wishing you so much love and magic for your year ahead. Do take care. Bye for now.